Hi, good morning. This is Jamie, your human design solutions specialist, here with you with a very good friend of mine, Kiki. She is not only a spiritual guide of mine, she is a multi talented entrepreneur with so many things under her belt that she'll tell us about. But she's coming with us today because she has a new program that I'm so excited about writing your story, storytelling for your audience. And I have so many people in my world who like to help people in so many ways through your entrepreneurship journey, through your spiritual journey as a spiritual leader, through your community leadership, that I just thought Kiki was the one to come tell us what she does, how she helps people, and how she can help us get the stories out to those that matter. So, Kiki, welcome. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm excited and honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And I know we're streaming to a few different places, so my audience gets to see you, and your people are going to get to hear how excited I am about this and what this is. But first, before we even get into all that, for my people who don't quite know who you are yet, haven't fallen in love with you the way that I have, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who are you? What is it you're doing? And what's going on in your world?
Sure. Well, I'm a multi passionate unicorn. I don't do just one thing. So I call myself a spiritual guide um, and marketing alchemist and sound weaver. So I use a lot of different tools and modalities depending on what my clients need and want to help them from where they are to where they want to be. We go over limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, really coming out of our shells, speaking our truth. And that comes out in a lot with telling your story and standing in your truth and in your power and sharing your unique message with the world. Because even though there might be a dozen Reiki people out there, we all serve a unique audience because we've gone through what we've gone through and our story is uniquely different.
Oh, that hits so close to home for me as well. I feel like that is that's what makes us us, right? Like the juice that comes with us is our stories that we've gathered along the way and the experiences we have. So, how do you, I mean, okay, so I guess as I know you, you're a sound healer. You've given me incredible sound bath experiences with vibration and energy. You've gone into my Akashic records. We've done so many like beautiful spiritual energetic experiences together. And this program, what you're bringing in, feels really tangible and something I can put my feet on the ground and actually deliver for people in a real world way. But I'm assuming and certain it's laced with this energy and just the background of what you bring to it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about storytelling magic and I'm just going to have to say it. I don't know if this is a spoiler alert or not, but when you go to see the storytelling magic uh, page, the first tagline is "tired of marketing like a muggle," and that just hits me perfectly. Yes, I'm tired of marketing like a muggle. I want some magic in my life, so tell us about it.
Yes, and that just jumped out at me during one of my meditations. I love Harry Potter. I love all types of fantasy books, but my background before spiritual awakening and all of the things that really light me up, I was in corporate sales and marketing. So, what I've done is I've deconstructed all of that and then built it back up through a spiritual lens. So, we go into the energetics of marketing, we go into creating a sacred ceremony around your content creation so that you have a beginning and an end to what you're doing, what you're putting out there. We talk about your frequency. How do we get you into that high vibe where you're on the same level as your soul aligned client? As, I talked about this in a live earlier. I noticed my energy kind of was in a different place every time I'd go to post. And that was felt. And I was actually repelling clients and I wasn't connecting or I wasn't even drawing in the right clients. So shifting away from spending time convincing our audience, because that takes time and energy, to attracting people that already need, want, and value what we have to offer them. And that came with me stripping back down the layers and being my authentic self and getting gritty and vulnerable and bearing different parts of my soul. And there was a lot I had to unlearn. So, one of the first things we do is we go back to the foundation and we make it fun. There's inner child work, there's higher self work. This is unlike anything I've found out there because I looked for marketing and sales courses and how to show up, right? And a lot of them teach the 3D, like the strategy and the time to post, and that's woven in as well. But it was missing that spiritual lens for me. Like I
Mm,
tried to apply what I learned from corporate and it fell flat. I was getting crickets.
yeah, I can understand this. I mean, I feel like our stories are really familiar in that I've always been good at writing. I'm good with words. I've even been in sales for a really long time before I entered this whole entrepreneurial service based world. And I could find the words, but then all of a sudden I couldn't, and everything got scary. And I started filtering and wondering, well, what if I'm not in the right energy right now, or not wanting to post because I'm feeling down and not wanting to put that out there, and just really got in my head about it, around taking a talent that I had and putting a whole bunch of other things on top of it and making that part really important, and then like not wanting to be feeling stuck. So I love the idea that you start from that foundational root place of like, what is the energy behind this, what's the vibe, how do you get yourself into it if you're not feeling it, because that's the other part, is like, for somebody like me, I just won't post. And I know that's not the solution, but I haven't quite found the solution, to get to the solution. So this is a really interesting, um, and it sounds like full way to come about from the marketing perspective. So you get into the energetics, you get really understanding how to bring your, I'm just going to say vibe, because I think we're both like in that spiritual world, we'll use it, but get your vibe into the right place. And then and then what is the like tangible, like, is this for people that already have the words, already kind of know what they're talking about? Is this for people that aren't quite sure yet and they can sort of like grow into their marketing message with this lesson? Or is this, for all of the above and we start where we are?
All of the above and start where you are. So this
Okay.
is not a cookie cutter program. Not templates, because it isn't one size fits all, right? Whether you're starting out and you have a small audience and you want to take your business to the next level, whether you already have an audience, or I have some ladies that are taking it that are bringing their business online and going digital. They've been in the in-person space. It works for all of it. We're all in it together, but we're all in different places in our journey, and we all come to the table with different knowledge already. So even before we get into the energetics, there's a lot of belief work that we do, let's say, because we have beliefs, whether conscious or unconscious, about social media, about showing up, about asking people to buy from us and our services. So we talk about how that makes us feel. We peel back the layers and we get to the truth of our beliefs so that we can really lay a strong foundation. So when it does get hard, or when we are time crunched, we go back to our why we're doing this, who we're here to serve, and then we jump in and it's more fun. Like I really want to layer and have layered a lot of fun and things for inner children, because it's deep work. There's it's uncomfortable. We're getting outside of our comfort zones, and me included. As I'm going through it and building this program, it's almost like I'm revisiting it at different levels and different stages for myself. And I'm dealing with my own limiting beliefs. I'm dealing with imposter syndrome. Like even putting this program out there, I've been kicking myself. I'm like, you're not marketing it like you're teaching. I'm like, you're building it. So, and Sage is here. She's said she's excited for Storytelling Magic. She's joining me next week. I still have spots available. So very
That was going
fun.
to be another question I had. But even before we jump in that, well, actually, we should, since Sage is here. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, when does this class start? And what does the format look like? What type of program is this? How do we put our time into this once we're in?
Awesome questions. So we start on Tuesday, the 23rd. So 6 days. I can't believe it's here. I feel like I've been planning and prepping for a while. So it is an 8-week program. We meet weekly over Zoom for 2 hours. So majority of it will be taught live, since this is the very first round. You will have lifetime access to all of the videos. And I'm also offering Voxer support for in-between calls. So if you've never worked with Voxer before, it is a free app, and it's similar to like a walkie-talkie, but it is on your phone. So you can leave voice notes and questions in there. You can also text, you can drop pictures. So it's meant for support both from me and those in the group. So this is a co-creation energy. So I'll have different times and days I'm available to respond, but the group can answer outside of that. So you're just going to get more than one perception, more than one set of eyes and ears on your questions and your work, which I love group programs. I get so much value out of it because there's so many different ways to look at something, and I'm one person, right?
Yes,
So it's great
yes.
to get those different lenses and different perceptions because it's like, oh, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. So how can I help talk to or convey messages in different ways to talk to and meet people where they are? So I find that very good.
I love that. I have Voxer, and I'm in another mastermind program, and my coach is incredible. She's amazing, and the other women and in that group, it's all women right now. Are just invaluable. Like if I'm having a doubt or if I'm having a question or whatever. At first, I couldn't. I was a little scared to like put my stuff in there. I'm more of an of the group than an in the group person. And I'm trying to make that change for myself. But what I've learned is these programs that allow for that community to also enrich and cheer each other on, and like you said in the beginning, you're a unicorn, so allowing all the unicorns to come together in that boxer field and sort of like be with each other in a supportive space just feels like really beautiful. Feels like great energy to join in, and you get that for 8 whole weeks. So that's really diving in with these people and getting your story crafted and out there. I love that. It's so great. So, who do you typically work with? What's your client who is hearing this and going, "Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing," but am I that kind of girl with her? Like, what do I, or that guy? I'm not. Who do you work with?
So healers, light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs, spiritual coaches, and course creators.
Mm,
Those are my people. That's who I am. So helping them get from where I was to where I am in a shorter amount of time with less pain, less mistakes. I know we all have to learn our own way, and like there are a lot of amazing lessons in mistakes, but whatever I can do to help shorten the gap. And I mean, my mission is to help them get their medicine out in the world, right? I want to
mm,
get them to make the impact that they've dreamed of. We all have this pull on our soul. I mean, when we connect to that purpose, it is so loud and it is so strong. But a lot of things that we learn is so focused on the practice. It doesn't tap into the marketing or the sales or the business building, which is for a reason, right? We're probably on overload and couldn't absorb anything else at that moment.
mhm.
But then we get so excited and it's like, oh, how do we share our gifts? How do we communicate? And in such a way where we're not spending hours and so much time and energy in Canva or posting or drafting the perfect, and
Yep.
I use air quotes because there's no such thing as perfect, right? Messy, inspired, aligned action is what I believe in, is what we talk about in the program. So coming up with a plan that feels good to you, that you can reasonably repeat consistently. So I have had many coaches do the 30-day challenge. I tell them right away I'm not doing that.
Mm,
Not because I'm that student, but because I know me. 30 days of
mhm.
anything, no. Right? Like I want something that I know I will do. So if it's 3 days a week for 6 weeks, if it's 5 days a week for the rest of my life, whatever feels good to me that I know I will repeat, and you'll find that out for you. So
Yeah.
getting that out there and taking that pressure off. You Google it. There's you need to show up on 4 platforms, or you need to post 3 times a day, or you need to, right? You can make yourself crazy. So
Yes.
just making that decision and sticking with it throughout this program and watching things happen.
I love this. So what I'm hearing, you said the word earlier, but I'm just hearing it everywhere, is anchor, anchor, anchor. And that's where I mean, that's my favorite word for my stuff with the human design, is that we anchor into our inner authority and our self-trust and our confidence, and then we can like go out into the world as this fully formed person. And that's what I'm hearing with this program, is that you get something to anchor your marketing and your stories and your thoughts into, to then put out into the world. Something that happens to me with marketing and with sales and with just anything that has to do with any of that, putting my work out into the world, is I don't always feel anchored. I feel like my purpose moves, whether where with the wind sometimes. So is my purpose to get a new client? Is my purpose to make somebody feel inspired? Is my purpose an enraged response to something that's going on to the world? And I let my purpose just keep shifting, rather than my purpose is to market this information so that the right people can hear it, understand it, and then come to me for more so that they can get the value that they're looking for. And that's what I'm hearing that you could help me anchor into and others anchor into, so that I'm not constantly flying around and floating around on top of like the surface of the world and then hoping that I like just wander by somebody else. Instead, I stay anchored where I am and they can come to me as I track them. And I love
Yes.
that. That feels
And
beautiful.
give yourself permission, right? So I have a plan and I stick with it, because if you have a plan and you have a process, you can repeat it, right? And when we can repeat something, we can perfect it, right? We can tweak it. It's not rinse, wash, repeat. It's rinse, analyze what worked, repeat that. And
Ooh,
throughout the
that
rest.
evaluation piece. That's the money right there. Right there is worth anything. Any program that teaches you how to evaluate what you're doing to be able to continue to do it in a way that works, or shift when it doesn't work. That's it right there.
Yes. But to your point, you brought up like current events, or like for me, I might get a download on a walk or during a workout or in the shower, right? I'm like, oh, I have to share this with my community. Give yourself permission to go off grid, right? You're the boss. It's your platform. It's your stage. You get to decide when the show is on and what you think and feel has value. And sometimes we sit here and think, I talk about this with my clients, no, it doesn't matter. It's just me. We are more alike than we are different. And I had a download yesterday and I completely changed what I was going to talk about in my Facebook group. And I just ran with it this morning. And there's so many people that it resonated with, that they needed to hear it. So maybe it wasn't for me, it was for them. And that's another thing we talk about in the program, is shifting the focus off of us and how we're feeling to who we serve. And when we kind of change that perspective, the frequency goes up, because we reconnect with why we're here and who we want to serve. And we start to visualize working with them. And like, you can just feel the joy and the fun and the happiness. And that frequency starts to attract your client.
I love that. Getting out of my own head and into my client's field, my space of connection with them. And it's funny. I'm as you're talking, I just want to say this out loud. Some of my audience don't necessarily have clients. I wouldn't necessarily say they have people who would purchase something from them, but I have a ton of people who deliver messages, who are leaders in fields of inspiration and development and in the workforce and human resources. And just I, when we have that passionate message that we're trying to get out in whatever way, I'm imagining even some of them would really benefit from something like this, because they are the healers, they are the light workers, they are the people that are bringing the light to the world, regardless of whether they work with somebody one-on-one behind that or have a course. And so I
Right.
just wanted to like acknowledge like what a beautiful way to just strengthen something that's so important, such an important piece of how we get our work out there. So
Absolutely. And whether you're a service-based business or you have a specific product, or like you were mentioning, just preemptively learning because there's something that you have, and maybe that is your message, maybe that's inspirational quotes, maybe it is being heard by whomever you're trying to get a message across to. Yes, this, I don't want to close the door and say it's only for these people. That's who it was designed around. But Justin is here, and he's taking the course, and he's like, it's a future thing. I'm going to market my practice in the future, but I want to learn all I can right now, and that people are at different stages and phases of their business. And some are at the startup, some are at 1 to 3 years. Some aren't sure what they're going to offer, but action creates clarity. And by taking action in this program each week in a safe environment where we can post our soul work, which is what I'm calling homework, in the group where we can get feedback and kind of test it out in this safe playground before sharing it with the world, I think it's going to be so fun and so beneficial to so many people. So when I started taking messy action and just putting things out there, it helped me find my voice faster. It helped me nail down my target audience. That's another thing we talk about. I shy away from niche because I feel like niche is a box and it's almost too specific. I think I needed to move away from people pleasing and talking to everyone and not hurting anyone's feelings. And because then my message was so bland, it wasn't connecting with anyone. But then getting specific to groups of people, right? Your target audience is typically more than one profile. So we don't spend time with like demographics or age or any of that. It's more, where are they in their life? Where do they want to go? And how does what you do, what's your medicine, help get them there? And we spend time talking about that transformation.
Mhm.
And that's what pulls in your soul aligned client.
I love that. Stop thinking about if she's a blonde or a brunette or if she goes bowling or if she has marriage or kids, and start thinking about what are her needs, her desires, where is she wanting to go, and what's the transformation your medicine brings. That feels really good and powerful. I love that. So nice. So, okay, how in the world, if people are just drooling like I am over this, how do they find more information about the program, and how do they find you? How do they get more information from you?
Excellent. So I'm Kiki Tyler, Facebook, Instagram, all the places. I will drop a link to this video and share it so you can hop on and look at all the details. It goes into a little bit more information on everything that's included in the program. And yeah, let me know what questions you have. Angela said, I think and plan sometimes more often than taking action and doing. Yeah, guilty girlfriend. Been there, done that. It's not perfect, but I'm not here to be perfect. And I don't think you are either. So let's throw that out the window. Here's your forever permission slip to be who you are when you're ready, right? And we're never ready. So the time is really now.
Yep.
And I love rewarding fast action takers. And I made this offer in my group earlier today. I'm going to make it here as well. For the next 5 people that sign up, I'm gifting an Akashic Answers session. So it's valued at $111. So everyone, the next 5 people who sign up will be gifted that as my present for taking action, showing up for yourself, your business, and getting ready to learn new things. Like 2024 has started off with some amazing positive energy. We had the new moon. We've got the Pluto and the sun are aligning on Saturday. So lots of amazing astrological fun things happening. And you're in charge of your destiny. So this resonates and you're like, oh, I want this. This is a one of a kind program. I haven't found anything else out there like it, which is why it was given to me to create.
Yes.
So thank you for watching and listening. Send me a DM. Let me know if you have questions. I am here to answer.
Yes. Okay. So Kiki Tyler, Facebook, Instagram, ask questions. First 5 people to do this, the action takers, are going to get that Akashic record reading. And I have had some Akashic record experience with Kiki's, and that right there, if you're already on the border, just do it. Just do it so you can get the gift. Be the one of the 5. And if you have questions and you're in my world and you're not 100% sure how to get to Kiki, you can come see me and I will make sure to connect you. And I will put all of the links that she passes to me in our Facebook post and in the comment thread. And Kiki, I am just so excited for this program. I'm excited for the people that are doing it. And honestly, I'm excited for the up leveling of the stories that your group will be bringing to the world. As somebody who knows your human design, you're the bard, you're the storyteller, you are the one who has built the skills to bring this forward. And so you're somebody that has, in my opinion, from working with you and from knowing your energy, has the chops to bring this forward in a really beautiful healing. And I just keep thinking of the word like salve. Like it's just such a heart salve when I work with you. And so I just want to put that out there for anybody who thinks of marketing and selling and storytelling as intimidating or scary or a little bit like I've got to plan a whole lot more than I do because it's easier, it's less scary to plan. Kiki's somebody that will make it make that fear not be so big. And as she said, which is the part that I love, we have a safe practice place where we can put that stuff out there before we reveal it to the world and just give ourselves a little bit of a in between, settling down in between that energy wave of creation. And so, Kiki, thank you so much for coming on with me today. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes and can't wait for the people that just join you in this, I want to say mission, but join you in your mission to bring this forward, bring this creation to light.
Thank you so much for having me. I loved all of our chats. I love when we get together. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun.
Yes,
I have a feeling people will get more of that sooner than later.
absolutely. Yes. And to those who are on live, thank you for being here. And as you're catching the replay, feel free to drop your questions or send me a message. I am here for you. So let's get those stories out there.
Absolutely. Starting today, you have inspired me. I'm going to go look at my stuff, look at what's going on, and see where I can create more. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kiki. We will come back with you soon. Drop your comments, and we will get reply to you when you see the replay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.